It's fat, it's slow, it loses all speed if it moves at all, and it looks like your mother. And no, it's not your mother, it's the Harrier T10. Now the Harrier T10 is gonna be a premium that has essentially no place in air RB, ground RB it might be okay, but in the air you really don't want to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. Now funnily enough, out of all the other patch vehicles, the Harrier gave me the best time overall. And that is not because this plane is good, on the contrary, it is abysmal dog shit. But the games I got were pretty entertaining, so feel free to strap in and stick around. The Harrier is what you expect of, you guessed it, a Harrier. Now if you don't know what to expect from a Harrier, and this is just the first premium that you bought, my condolences, but I'll run it down for you very quickly. Acceleration till about 800 to 900 is pretty damn good. It's very fuel efficient, you overheat your engine above 95%, but with the web you do put out a whole lot of extra power. The issue is, when you're turning, the extra power basically amounts to nothing, because you lose so much energy in like a second that your engines are not able to cope with this. The roll is pretty good and it is pretty annoying to hit, but keep in mind that after 1 or 2 turns you are gonna be going 600. And at that point, it doesn't really matter how good your roll is anymore, because, well, you're basically rolling in place and you're probably going to die. Now, what you can do is, of course, use the thrust vectoring nozzles to get out of positions. It does increase your rate a little bit and stuff like that. But overall, this plane, this game right here is going to show you exactly what to expect when you're flying this thing at 11.3. The way that I'm playing this is by getting a little bit of altitude, using the fact that my climb or my acceleration at about 750 is pretty damn solid. So I'm able to get to high altitude. Be careful, when you start contrailing, there's a very big likelihood that everyone is gonna be going for you. And that's exactly what happens to us right here. Luckily, the RWR is pretty good. We don't have a radar, but we also don't have radar missiles, so it doesn't really matter. But we have 2 MiG-23s coming in. And the second I see those guys pop up, I want to get out of here. But at this point, they're locking me. I know that they are going to be shooting at me. So I'm going to dive to the deck to at least nullify their energy advantage. Not to me, but to my team. This way they can maybe help me out. I was streaming this on Discord and I said, nah, I got this. These guys are going to get clapped. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. Hug the mountain, make sure that the R24 doesn't hit me, but instead hits the terrain. Look at my speed, even with the web, we are already going 600 IAS, which is a grand total of about 7 Big Macs worth of calories. It's not an awful lot. Shoot the first missile, that is never going to track, but I just need to get a little bit of weight off my wings, because this is basically an unwinnable fight. Now these 2 MiG-23s are playing it rather terribly. But I'm still not going to be able to do much. Now this MiG-23 is flying away from me. I decide to kind of dive after him to pick up some speed. This way I push away the MiG-23 in front of me while gaining a little bit of energy on the guy behind me. And now he starts gaining on me. I want to get him as close as possible so I can actually start dogfighting. And I'm just going to pray that the other MiG-23 is going to fly away. MiG-23 comes back. R-24 hits directly below me. He is now out of missiles, or at least out of radar missiles. And I'm just going to get behind the mountain again. I need to get away from here because the MiG-23 is turning around, but the other one just got clapped out of the air by the J7E. Thank you very much. What do? We go behind the terrain, we get out of sight, we can't get shot at, they don't know where I am exactly, I can cool my engines and I can pick up a little bit of energy again. And this is why I call everything a mountain. You need to believe in your friends, because this mountain right here is my absolute goat. So I need to gas him up in order for him to help me properly. MiG-23 comes in, we're going to start VTOLing ever so slightly to just get over his nose. F-16A comes in, luckily he doesn't have any radar missiles. We dodge the missile by just flaring a little bit and we start pitching down into the MiG-23. Now in this kind of circle, I am dying 100%. So I'm just going to dive out. I see some friends coming in and I just need to get the hell out of here. But we are again going to use our goat in order to deflect their angles. MiG-23 comes in, the friendly one this time around. F-16 comes in. I don't want to have anything to do with that. I'm not pulling into the head-on at 600 kilometers an hour. And here we are. He turns after my friendly, which is absolutely perfect. He noticed me a little bit too late. And luckily, these guns are absolutely goated. Pitch up over the nose of the MiG-23. Go into VTOL mode. He overshoots, we have a lot of plane controllability at these speeds, and we saw off his wing. And that is going to be the game. Absolute freak show. but it just gets better from here. This is a little bit of a frag match. What do? The same thing you try to do every time, but this time it actually ends up working out. I try to get a little bit of altitude and then drop down 90 degrees on top of people, because then it's very likely that they don't end up seeing the AIM-9Ls and I'm shooting at them. The range on the AIM-9Ls is pretty respectable. Try to use this, but try to make sure that you only shoot at guys that aren't gonna be accidentally flaring you, because, well, they are fighting with someone else, for example. The 25mm have an incredibly high velocity, and once you're used to the position of them, they are very easy to lead. Just be careful, you only have 102 rounds per gun with 1850 rounds per minute, netting you like 1.5 seconds of trigger time. It's absolutely nothing. Make your shots count, but the guns in itself are pretty simple to lead, and if you just want to go for 1, 2, maybe 3 kills and you can kind of hold the trigger down, it's more than enough ammo. But if you do want to get like multiple kills and try to get like actually a carry match like I am right here, be mindful, you run out of ammo very, very quickly. Luckily, the ammo does hit quite hard, so whenever you do hit, they're mostly out for the count. What do we do this game? Not much, really. We dove in, we missiled a guy, we gunned one guy down, and at this point, I thought that the MiG-21 here was gonna be my last kill. He's not really paying attention, he's fighting two other guys, so I get the third party him, which is what you should rely on with this plane. Then the F5 starts coming in, and I'm thinking, okay, this might actually become a little bit of a video. We crit him. He is gonna go down as well. And at this point, I thought, that's enough. I see the F5. Of course, I'm gonna stick to him, but we're gonna third party him as well. And third partying is gonna be the name of the game with this plane, because it's really all you're going to be killing. And I'm showing you this absolute freak match together with that little dogfight I had in the previous clip. But take it from me, I have played all the other Harriers. This doesn't happen very often, and it might look fun on the screen right now, because I actually had a pretty decent time. I know I got very lucky, just with the way that these matches played out. Don't buy this thing thinking you're going to get the same kind of results as I am on the screen. And I'm not saying this to jack myself off, because if I had to start this video over, if I had to buy it right now and do it again, I also wouldn't be getting the same kind of results. But let's go back into the video. We have two MiG-23s in front of us. One of them is going back to the runway, and the other one is flying directly in front of me. So we shoot off the AIM-9L. I'm hoping that he's not really paying attention. Unfortunately he is. The guy that is going back to the airfield is now turning back around towards us. We have 66 rounds, which might look like a decent amount. Keep in mind, it's over 2 guns and the rate of fire is obscenely high. So really, we're gonna have like 2, maybe 3 taps. And after that, we're gonna be completely out. So we have 50 rounds here, 25 rounds per gun to kill 2 people. Now this one is kind of just turning directly in front of us. We tap him, it crits his wing, he goes into a bit of a flat spin. So I think to myself, well, at this point, he should be dead right. But no, he recovers and we almost die to him right after. So we try to pitch up over his nose, we start viffing a little bit. And I'm hoping that he goes into the dogfight, and he does. Not able to get the shot right there, we go underneath him, we start wepping. We want to make sure that we don't die to that AA, so we just break off, at least for now. We have 18 rounds left, which is basically a click. It's nothing. He goes back to the runway, 2.5 minutes of fuel, and I do want to kill him. I do want to get 7 kills, because 7 kills is the magic number. It's more than 6 and less than 8 for the people that are able to count. And I just really want this kill. That's all I can tell you. I really want this kill. Now, luckily for us, this guy is gonna try to land in front of us. Now, he is not doing too well, and I see the tickets drop down in the bottom right on the kill feed. He goes for a landing, but I think he just kills himself to end the game. He notices that it's futile, and that is the game. That's 7 kills. Now, let's take a quick look at these rewards, because surely they are going to be amazing, right? Relatively long game for at least this BR, 7 kills. And the rewards are 200k SL, 30k resource points, and that's of course a good amount. But keep in mind, you don't get those games very often. I know that I don't do that very often, and I'm gonna assume that if you need a review on a premium Harrier that is completely overpriced, then you probably aren't going to either. No shade intended. Missiles at high altitude, of course, have more reach. He pulls right into it, and we get our first free kill of the game. Then we fly into the middle of the map, because there's about 4 guys in the same area. And with the Harrier, you just want to really kill max and get as many people together as possible. Or look for the 1v1s if you feel more comfortable with that. But we shoot 2 missiles over at 2 people that are shooting at our friendly. And then we go head on with the other guy that is turning in. And just like that, we down 3 guys in the span of 5 seconds. Absolutely terrific. And now, the reason for this clip is this F4EJ right here. Personally, I'm not entirely sure what he's gonna be trying to do here. But I just want to show you this. Just so you know what not to do. We are chasing the F4EJ. He's panicking a little bit. He's trying to turn in, but he's also trying to run away from me. He doesn't really know what to do. I almost pulled lead there, smacked into this the cocky pillar. I need to go around. He's making me go the longer distance, basically, so that he can run away. And at this point, I thought, well, that's actually pretty smart. I can follow him there. He's now going to outrun me. He's able to fly towards wherever he is going. But he's maneuvering so much, and he's maneuvering so wildly, that I end up catching him in a Harrier. Now he is pushing himself towards this absolute cliffside. So he is going to have to pull up in a second here. And when he does that, he's going to give me a very easy shot. And this is what I mean with decide on what to do. Either try to reverse or try to run away. If you try to do both at the same time, you're just going to give me an infinite amount of opportunities. And eventually, I'm going to be killing you. For the next time, try to unblock your mouse and keyboard and just fly straight. And you would have been completely fine. And that's all I have for you today. Don't fly this man-made horror beyond human comprehension. It is abysmal, it looks abysmal, it feels abysmal, and there are just much better premiums out there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.